right, awesome. Welcome. Invite, copy. Hello, good morning, guys. Good day, Leonardo. How are you? All right, let's wait for everything to start populating over here. Everybody rocking and rolling over here. Perfect, you guys are still awake. Very nice.
Yo, before we start streaming, Master, what I was thinking about it because I was watching y'all do y'all the
Uh-huh.
internet speeds. What is a good internet speed?
Some couple megabytes because my upload is rather slow because I'm in the mountains right now in Italy, so the connection isn't the
Also,
best.
it's your upload you gotta
Yeah, my
worry
upload.
about. Right?
hmm
Okay.
Maybe I could switch over to my mobile hotspot. That might potentially work better, but I think it might be too late now. All right, so people are rolling into the YouTube session over here. So it's still 7 minutes to go until we are officially in pre-NY. Let's start doing some top-down analysis on pound yen over here. So pound yen, let's start maybe with the monthly. Haven't seen the monthly. So monthly kind of tapped into this monthly resistance towards 155. So we need to keep that in the back of our heads. Weekly is turning bearish. It's potentially maybe coming down to retest 153. We don't know. So let's take a look at the lower time frames. Where's my tool? Here it is. So on the daily, we created a resistance at 154, 450, but actually I'm going to move it up to 154, 800 because I know that there's a resistance up there on the 4 hour. And if we take a look on the 4 hour, we were coming down, and basically we came down to this support, which is where we created this wick at 153, 500. So we're going to draw a support over there. And we basically have this wick. We have this wick coming down to 153, 540, and that could be a potential wick fill. In the Asia session, we created, or pre-Asia, we created this support where price broke down towards New York, towards end of London session. So let's investigate deeper on the lower time frames, and we see that on the lower time frames we're presented with this range over here. And I believe so long price stays below this level at 0.950, we can continue to go down and fill this wick over here, going down to 153.550. So for that to happen, we need to see resistances formed around this resistance. So if we drop to the lower time frames, we see the 30-minute created this bearish impulse move down, and it's now retracing to retest this resistance. So if we form like a resistance over here, then we can potentially head down to retest this low and fill this wick. So the range would be along the lines of 15 pips to the most recent support on the 30-minute, some 13, 15 pips, and we have a whole about 30 pip range to fill the daily wick to the left. So let's take a look at the 15-minute as we see potentially that the 30-minute is creating some form of resistance. So we need to wait for this candle to close over here. Perfect. So this 30-minute is starting to close rather bearish, and that brings the question, could we maybe potentially take some form of sells to go down and retest this low? If we look, ideally what we would want to see is this 15-minute close very weak bearish and the next one break the low, because that can confirm that price can go down. So if we look at the 5-minute, yeah, maybe we want this last 5-minute to close a little bearish, and the next one start to break the low. That could potentially be a trade idea. Good morning, everybody coming into the Zoom chat. People populating. I'm gonna check what my if I go on mobile data, I'm gonna check what my internet speed could be. Maybe I'll use a hotspot. Yeah, hang in there. So we've got 2.5 minutes left for this 30-minute to close. Let's just have a quick glance at gold over here. So daily, yesterday, so what I see is that we're creating the same situation as we were last week, where daily went up bullish, and it formed a weak bullish candle indicating low volume. The next one created a huge wick down and closed with a weak bullish body, and the next daily candle on the 12th May retraced to correct the move of 7th May. So potentially we're seeing the exact same situation forming on our hands here. So if we drop down to the lower time frames, we see that price created a resistance over here. On the 4-hour, we created this resistance at 1876, and it's coming down bearish. If it's going to come down bearish, where can it head to? And if we look left, we see that there's a support at a 4-hour support at 1862.5. So let's take a look at the 1-hour. 1-hour is kind of stuck in this range. So yeah, it's kind of stuck in this range, respecting this minor support. So let's have a look at GJ in the meantime, as GJ is looking a little nicer than gold. Ooh, and look at that. This 15-minute over here is closing rather weak bearish, as I spoke about a second ago. So we might be looking to execute a sell over here to continue going down. I'm going to check my internet speed over here with the hotspot. I might switch to that if it's any better in terms of the upload. Oh wow, okay, 15-minute is starting to flip bearish. So I'm going to get my MetaTrader open over here. This is going to be a trade I'm going to take live with you guys as well. So there's not a signal, of course. You guys need to do your own analysis and put in your own plan. Yeah, because then the first half of this 1-hour created a resistance for the second half of the 1-hour to potentially come down, and this 1-hour over here will become a booby trap candle. And that's something we see a lot on GJ. It has so much volume that the hourly candles or candles, one candle doesn't mean a change in direction. So oftentimes you see like a minor one candle pullback, and then the next candle will just come straight down. So I'm looking to execute a sell once it breaks this 30-minute low, to be honest. Provided it creates a top wick. Otherwise we might see a deeper pullback with the 15-minute closing weak bearish. That could be an indication of lower volume. So if it breaks without a top wick, I might just lower my risk by 50%. So I'm in no trade just yet. I need 825 to break. My stop loss will be about 7-8 pips, and I expect volume to continue driving down to 630. But it really needs to create a top wick. I'm not entering if this candle doesn't create a top wick, because I already took these sells going down, so I want to be more risk averse than aggressive, to be honest. Gold. Yeah, at this point gold is ranging in this range over here, so there's not much we can do. So in a range, you want to look for candles to create a to respect support and hit resistance. Something we talked about on the last New York stream as well. And you can see this candle is going up. I'm in no trade over here just yet. I'd wait for a top wick. Yeah, you guys in the Zoom, you know what's up. You want to see the top wicks, of course. No, sir. Raja is not streaming today. It's his birthday, so we're going to sing him a little happy birthday later on. Who knows? Let's actually take a look at the 5 minute. Ooh, look at that. So the 5 minute closed without a bottom wick, so that's why it was a really good idea to wait for this candle to first form a top wick. Ideally, what I might be looking to do is if this 30 minute breaks its own low, yeah, I guess it still technically hasn't broken the previous low enough to consider it broken. So if this 30 minute breaks the low after creating a top wick, that's going to be a really good idea to take a sell. Going to be a really good idea to take a sell. Alternatively, you can wait for maybe a 5 minute to close below 840. And these situations are so delicate where candle has no top wicks, man, you can really get yourself in a predicament. Yeah, so for gold, I think for gold we're probably going to want to wait until, I'd say, New York Open or New York Stock Exchange Open. As I've been looking at gold, I see it moves insane amounts at NYSE Open. If we take a look at this move was started at 3 o'clock my time, which is 30 minutes before NYSE Open, and we can see how it moved up some 150 pips as if it's clean water. Yesterday we see this move at NY Open, which moved up some 170 pips, again, like it's nothing. And then towards NYSE Open, we have this candle going up, which is some 200 pips, just like fresh water. Gold just hands out pips like it's nothing during New York. So if you guys in the Zoom, in the Gulag, have any charts that need to be analyzed, send them over, and we can take a look at these charts for you guys. I'll get some music playing over here as well from the YouTube library. Waiting patiently to see if there's any potential sells on GJ coming into play anytime soon. Because looking at the 4 hour, this really reminds me a lot of a situation where I hosted the New York session and we had a really big move down during the London 4 hour, and during New York the 4 hour retraced, creating a very big top wick, and which translated into just a resistance on the 30 minute for it to come and close weak bearish. So I still remember that situation. So that's something I'm definitely keeping in the back of my head. So let's get some music over here. Let's start with a yesterday beat. Okay. How's the sound of the music? Too loud? Too soft? Let me know. Yeah, Zainab, he remembers. Zainab from the Gulag remembers the first NY session from March. It's similar situation, isn't it? Hey. So how's the sound for you guys in the Zoom and the YouTube? It's low for the YouTube. You guys in the Zoom can hear me all well, all good? Thumbs up. I see a thumbs up from Donnie, so double thumbs up from Mitch, so perfect. Awesome. Somebody asking, isn't the range on GJ too small for you to take a trade in? Yeah, you're sort of right. It is rather tight. It's a bit of a squeeze because it's 13 pips, but with volume we can come down and fill these wicks, which are like 20 pips away, and then we got this wick which is 30 pips away. But for that to happen, we need volume, of course. So sound is good, awesome. Yeah, and if price starts closing back inside this range, then this kind of becomes a fake out, and we see the same situation here, where price came down and closed back in the range and started ranging. So if that happens here, then it's not going to be a pretty picture, but we're going to have to deal with it.
I am so pissed.
Even more pissed.
Don't forget to mute your microphones when you tune in.
I've been waiting years to get her back. The time is
Oh, okay.
freezing. We gotta do this fast.
Hello? Can you... Wait. Yeah, perfect.
Quickie.
You gotta do this fast. I don't know what she wanted to do. Oh, music is loud now. Put it -6 decibels. Justin, I am so pissed. Oh no, why are you pissed, Justin, from the Gulag? You missed a trade, or you took... you either missed a trade, or you took a loss. One of them two. Yeah, look at the 4-hour on GJ, touched support and is going up. Yes, absolutely. Essentially what GJ has done, if we it's not a pretty picture, but essentially what it has done, if we take a look at how GJ has been behaving over here, we see that it's putting itself in a real predicament, because we started with this range over here, we broke out of the range over here and essentially created a new range. And then price broke down in the range, essentially creating this really big range. And then, so it kept ranging throughout here. It broke up again, and once it broke up, all it did was create a range. And now we see the same behavior where it just kind of broke back in the range, and now we just have a huge freaking range over here. So that's... GJ is just acting in such abnormal manners, it's insane. And if this is a fake out, the question becomes, can we execute within this range, within this fake out? And if we take a look at the range is about 12, 13 pips, overall 25 pip range. So potentially with volume, we might see, some buys with this fake out, but we're gonna have to see. Let me put down the music. Let me do volume mixer over here and turn it down with this maybe. I don't know if this makes a difference for you guys, maybe. almost tapping the max of 100 people in Zoom. Yeah, that's right. There's a cap. We have 5 people left. So if there's we've got 5 people left for to join in from the market fluidity group, the rest will have to unfortunately join in the gulag. So let's see, if gold is ranging, then it should in theory respect this support and tap into resistance. So potentially that could be an idea, but honestly I'd rather wait for this 4-hour candle to close, see it close, and then trade the New York Stock Exchange open volume, since that's where gold moves the most. But this 4-hour also has no top wick, so that's an extra confluence for maybe price to respect this support and tap into the range. TJ is closing above. Yeah, so this is sometimes when you see candles with no wick at the top, going down with no top wick, it can get pretty ugly. But luckily we were able to identify the correct confirmation that we wanted based on the 5-minute and the no top wick. Almost executed over there. Gold breaking below 1862.63 could be a big drop. I think it's worth waiting for. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You want to use your bullets for that for a break below 1862, or maybe a break above 1876. But I'm looking more towards break below 1862. That's more my bias because of what Uncle Ted explained in his Instagram videos, how sometimes gold can pull back during Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And it is Thursday today, but if we read the candlesticks and we take it by the ear, we see that the volume for the bullish side on the daily is dying down. So that is an indication for potential sells. When NYSE open, it opens at 3:30 Central European time. So you can convert that back to your time. Buy the fake out on GJ could be a potential opportunity, yeah, because if price is ranging in this higher time frame range, then it should bounce from support. But if it's looking at the daily, how the daily has this wick fill, previous day was bearish, so potentially we could have seen a wick fill over here. But with price retracing so far up, I think fake outs could be definitely an opportunity. I'd rather take a trade above 154.250. That's going to be my buying range over here, and that might happen towards NYA open. Oh, nice. The stream is healthy. You guys are on a good... hopefully there's no latency on the stream, no buffering. YouTube is giving me the green light saying that it's all good, so hopefully you guys don't have any issues over there. Every time I host New York, there's always some kind of issue, be it audio, video, anything. Anything can go wrong. Yo, Master Pete noticed me. Hello, Lutfil Hadi. Hello, hello. I noticed you. Well, let's take a look at this chart. It's a GA trade from yesterday. If I did anything wrong, I guess we can take a look at it even if it's from yesterday. Let's take a look at this chart. So okay, so this is a GA trade from yesterday. So level created, clean traffic, close below close 50% of position as it break the 15-minute high. This is the 30-minute. Okay. Price got my stop loss because I was busy doing something else. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the confirmation was there to go down, but maybe there was some confluences from maybe the higher time frames. Like maybe the higher time frames were in an uptrend, so that's why you see a fake out happening. Will you take over the streams for June when Raja is moving? Yes, we will. Luke on this channel will basically take care of the streams when Raja is moving to Pakistan. He'll be hosting the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday sessions, and I'll be your host for the Tuesday and Thursday sessions. So that's definitely going to be something unique. Let's take a look at pound AUD over here and see why that trade failed. So it was taken yesterday over here. I don't know, is this the London session? What time is this? WAT, no clue. We'll figure it out from the price action. So right here, let's take a look at right here. First thing I'm going to do, so yeah, this trade was right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at the time. Time was 4:30, which, okay, I guess London close. Pound has some volume towards London close, so that's something that's good. Let's draw some zones over here. So we see, actually, let's do this. Let's give this guy some mentorship over here. Wait. Yeah, right there. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. So you actually executed over here. So I see what went wrong. You executed over here. That's 8 o'clock. So you executed at 8 o'clock. If you take a look at the time, 8 o'clock Central European time, there's no volume for the pound, nor the Australian dollar. So you just traded at a low volume time. And then this crazy spike up happened. Probably some news, some lack of liquidity. So yeah, you traded at low volume time against the trend. So those kind of things can happen. You know, you need to put yourself in the best position to win. Took this trade earlier on gold. Let's take a look at this trade earlier on gold. I had a trade early on gold too in the London session, and I had some pound yen sells in the London session too. It was pretty nice. Ooh, nice. So this was, oh, okay, nice. I know where you took this. You took this at the break of this 1 hour low, I think. That's a very, very good idea, because at that point the 4 hour had closed bearish, the 1 hour closed bearish, and we had clean traffic to the left, so that made perfect sense. It's a very nice trade. I had a buy on gold. I took a buy over here once because we see in the London session price was going up. It created this high. Market sentiment was rather bullish based off the 4 hour, and price came down to this most recent support. And I wanted to see on the lower time frame we see a bearish trend. So I wanted to see a break of this bearish trend on the lower time frame to take buys so that the higher time frames can align to retest the high. So I took a buy over here once it broke this 15-minute high. I secured about 10 pips and I left a runner, closed another 50% at 50. No, I don't think so. No, I left closed at 10 pips, and then runner went some 15 pips in profit and got stopped out at break even. But ultimately I was targeting the 1 hour resistance 30 pips deep. And this trade made a lot of sense. We kind of see a similar situation on the 5-minute tier yesterday. So over here. So that's the exact same situation that you took a trade on. So pound yen is trading at the support, turn resistance. Can you explain your entry on gold? Yeah, let me explain my entry on gold. Better yet, let me show you my entry on gold. So we're gonna do the old trick. We're gonna map out. I'm gonna hide my my account number, because you know I don't know if you guys what kind of trouble you guys can get me in by knowing that number. So don't worry, I'll show you it's a live account and whatnot. So right here. we see it's an IC Markets live account. That's the number over there. And my entry on gold was was over here. So on the 15-minute, we saw 1 hour. Basically, 1 hour went up to create this high, and price was coming down. Now on the hourly, what you wanted to see was a support form to retest the high, right? So that was my whole idea. And for that to happen, we saw that there was that 1 hour pullback translated into a 15-minute downtrend, right? We see price created a low, resistance, a lower low, resistance, but then it did not create a lower low. So once this candle started breaking the highs over here, I took a little buy impulse entry, and I basically closed. Oh no, I did close. Okay, so I closed basically 50%. No, a majority at 10 pips, and then another 50% at 15 pips, and the rest got stopped out of break even. And the way I managed this trade was actually on the 1 minute, because impulse entries on gold, you expect them to just keep moving. So this was the entry over here, kind of bought the high of this 1 minute candle, and there was a little bit of a shakiness when the next 1 minute retraced some 6 pips, and yeah, that was basically the drawdown, just 6 pips, but I trusted the analysis. I didn't close any partials, and once this candle 1 minute closed bullish, I brought a partial stop loss below here, and my stop loss was about 10 pips. Stop loss was about 10 pips below this 1 minute candle, and the reason that is because this 1 minute candle has a very strong body, and honestly, with gold, I've been looking at gold enough to know that it should not necessarily retrace all too much. Once you get that correct confirmation, it should just keep pumping up. And likewise goes for if you get the wrong confirmation, it can pump in the wrong direction straight to your stop loss and not really give you any opportunity to manage risk. So this was the entry on gold, and then I took a little sell on pound yen. We see pound yen is still at this resistance, nothing much to be done. So the sell was taken once this 30-minute over here closed below the 4-hour wick over here. We see the execution. This was the 4-hour wick, and the execution was right there at 153.915. And basically, my confidence, my confidence in this move was pretty high. But oh, that's another trade. The thing is, pound yen has been moving so sporadically that this is, I think, the second trade, or I've only taken a handful of trades on pound yen this month. So I took an impulse entry here within the first 5 minutes of the candle, and the reason that is because my confidence was very high to continue down with a lot of volume, because we've been ranging for a very long time, and yeah, we've been ranging for a very long time, and ooh, the stream is a little buffering, but that's okay. So we were ranging for a very long time, so I expected a lot of volume to come in. But because it was taken in the first 5 minutes, you could have anticipated a little bit of drawdown to create a top wick. And I closed basically 50% at -5 pips, and then another 50% once candle broke the previous high. So I did manage myself out of a lot of profits, but as Raja would say, I left a portion running so that next time my confidence is higher in this setup. So that's something Raja would tell me if I sent him this trade. All right, let's get rid of this. Alright, let's focus on fixing this connection then. Oh shit, don't spam. Yeah, the connection is a little poor in the mountains. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram, but it's a pretty nice place. Yeah, so in this village, they're working on putting the fiber optic, but they didn't do that in time for me to come here. But next time I'll be here, 100%. There's going to be fiber optic. It's going to be the fastest Wi-Fi. See, I'm trying to see what the upload speed of my mobile internet is, because then I can just if it's better, I can just put a hotspot and connect my laptop to that. Master P, are you in Canada? No, man, I'm in Italy, in Abruzzo. Do you use global account or European account with IC Mark? I use European account because it gives me the higher leverage that I like. It gives me about 1 to 500 leverage. Yeah, but also the Australian one that gives you 1 to 30 leverage is not that bad. Actually, I had a lot of people in, like 1 or 2 people in my DMs saying how they accidentally threw a 10 lot on a 3,000 euro account and brought it down to 100 euros. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's nuts. Yeah, sheesh, the upload on my mobile data is even worse than my Wi-Fi, so I think this is the best we're going to be able to do. If it's lagging, just play it back a little bit. Restart stream, that's not going to do much. Like, good luck. Yeah, you guys in the Zoom don't have any lag, but on YouTube it requires quite a bit of extensiveness. It requires quite a bit of strength in terms of internet to stream to YouTube. But I'm gonna call Luke over here for a second to see what he says about the stream. Hold on. Yeah, Luke is not available right now, but I think it's okay. You guys can just maybe play it back. Yeah, Gulag is going crazy. But we're just here to call out trades, so it's okay. It's free education. You don't have to be here. Yes, so gold over here is creating a support. So if it is ranging, it should technically, theoretically, come tap into this resistance up here. So, but I'd rather wait for the best possible situation to be in. We're 1 hour away from London, from New York open. So let's wait and see how the New York market opens for gold. Reboot your router? Then I don't think so, guys. It's just the internet here in the mountains, you know. It just doesn't have the best internet. There's literally workers outside working on putting fiber optic, if that's called, or fiberglass or whatever it's called, you know, the best of the best internet in the city. So next time I'll be here, don't worry, there'll be some really, really good internet. And yeah, and by the time I host the New York session when Raja's back, I'm gonna be back in the Netherlands in my little office space. So internet over there is crazy fast. So don't worry. Yes, I'm Italian. Alright, so pound yen is closing back in this range above 950 over here. Little bit of a predicament. I'd rather wait for price to close above 140.54, 250, 230 to take buys with this clean traffic left. And on gold, gold is still going up with no bottom wick, so a little bit of a predicament. If we learned anything from this 30-minute over here, I was going down with no top wick, then we might see something similar forming to that here in gold. Reduce the quality, man. I think that's up to you guys to reduce the quality, right? Let's see if there's any settings. Sheesh, how's the wheat there in the Netherlands? I don't know, man. I don't know, I hear it's pretty good, I guess. It's legal. We still hear it nice. I just remembered something. I was driving up the hills in California and we lost connection. My friend was like, we should get better connection uphill as it's closer to the skies. I don't think the connection gets better as the closer you get to the skies. You're closer to the satellites, right? My friend has a master's in engineering from Northwestern University. Oh, okay, okay. So I need to be higher up the mountains then, I think. Appreciate the effort, but your stream is 5 minutes behind on YouTube. Yeah, I know, guys. The latency is ultra low latency. This is the best. This is village internet. So pound AUD gold, but I can still execute trades, so it's all good. Still call out winning trades. Invite us in Zoom. Yeah, that also has 100 people cap. So. So I'm streaming from Italy right now. I might as well just show you guys where I'm at. Google Maps. It's in the middle of the mountains over here. So as pound yen is entering this range, there's not much for my plan to be done. And as gold is going up, again, also not much really to be done. So this is a natural reserve place. Where did it go? Shoot to city. So I'm going to do some advertisement for this place as well. There's a lot of tourists come here on the weekend in summer. Even Google Maps has a hard time loading with this internet. But this is the village over here in the middle of the mountains. So look at that, even Google has a hard time loading. So this is where I'm at, in the middle of the mountains, you see. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. Trades can still be called out, I can still execute buys and sells with very low latencies. So, and if you guys apply your own trading plan, it should all be good. You can't call out trades when you are 5 minutes late. Well, we're looking at 15-minute candles and 30-minute candles, so you should have your trades planned out way ahead, way in advance, right? Yeah, you guys are almost on your own. You need to implement what you've learned so far. Yeah, look, even YouTube here is giving some issues, as you can see. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Viewers will experience buffering, but yeah, it is a little bit of what it is. It used to be healthy, and then it started giving some warnings, and then error, and then suggestions. But can't do much about that. Turn off the Zoom meeting, it makes your internet more lighter. Maybe I should turn off the YouTube. I'd sooner turn off the YouTube than turn off the Zoom. Let me close. So I have all tabs closed as well, so you should. Let me maybe Google some tips that might help. In the meantime, pound yen is still in the range. Gold is still not doing much. So pound AUD. Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with this a little bit, but it's okay. Yeah, it's not lagged for a few minutes. My internet is lagging just as bad as prices ranging, so maybe the music. Let's do some fresh analysis on GA in the meantime, because we also have unemployment news at I think New York Open, so that's gonna make gold potentially skyrocket or melt. Either way, last time we had unemployment news last week as well, and it had a little bit of an effect. So they're expecting really good, pretty good numbers for USD. So theoretically, technically, gold should go down. But last time it was also the same situation where they were expecting good numbers for USD, and we were looking for gold to go down, but it ended up going up. So we can we've got to take it by the ear and see how it comes in. And this is 30 minutes after New York Open, so we've got a little bit about 90 minutes to go. Other than that, nothing crazy. We had some pound speeches, but that didn't affect it all too much. Let's see if there's any overnight news or anything potentially Not really, nothing that I see. There's some Euro things going on, UK things. Okay, how's price strength in a recession is striking. Okay. So let's do some analysis on pound Australian dollar. So we see daily closed bullish. It tapped into this level over here, and now we're coming down bearish. So let's look for more information on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we created this support. We created this support over here, and after coming down, but we had already created a support over here and then broke it. So maybe the support is not a support to retest the highs, but it could be potentially a support to be broken. And if this support breaks, then price might head to the bottom end of this 4 hour range at 0.81700. So let's look into the 1 hour. Yeah, so for that to happen, you basically need price to start closing below over here, 0.82100, and then you have a very ugly range going down over here, which is a 35 pip range, but potentially with volume you might see one clear candle moving down. Whereas Luke is off for today, so I'm filling in for him. Hey, have you been in a fake out? Can you share your experience? It was a nightmare. Everything went dark. You make it sound like like it's a horrible experience or something. But well, I mean, yeah, I've been in a fake out. I took a breakout, and then the next candle started going back in the range, and I took a loss. That was basically the whole experience over there. Did you guys buy in gold? No. Ooh, so look at this. This is starting to form like a fake out on the 15-minute here on GJ. So if anybody took buys here, you should ask them how they're experiencing the fake out over here. So do we have any charts coming in the Gulag? I don't see any charts coming in. Oh, we have a chart coming in from the Zoom. Let's take a look at this chart from the Zoom. Anything I could have done better? Please, your opinion. Much love. Oh, nice. Oh, you took a sell over here and then another sell over here. Okay. So let's investigate the sell. I assume... Okay, let's take a look. So I see what you did. I'm assuming you took the sell on this 15-minute candle over here. So Hossein from the Zoom, did you take the sell on this this bearish 15-minute candle, or the break of the bullish 15 candle low? Because if you took it over here...
Hello?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I took the trade like when the candle, like 50-minute candles break the
close below here.
I mean, like you see the bullish candle, 15 minutes.
Oh yeah,
50 minutes
bullish.
Bullish candle.
Yeah, bullish one, and then break of the low.
Right after, right after the bearish candle, and when it was going down, I took the entry, and I thought that okay, like it would go down, but unfortunately it went up. Then I took a second entry because I was waiting, because I was sure that there is like left hand side we can see there is like clear traffic. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I was 100% confirmed that the price will come down definitely.
Okay.
And then I was waiting, and after like 30 minutes later or 50, I don't remember. Then I took another entry.
Right here.
Right after 15 minutes, broke broke the support. Then I took the entry, and then it melted down until and I secured like around 40 pips, around 30 or 40 pips.
Okay, nice.
And after that I took another impulse entry.
Oh, another one.
My target was that. Yeah, because my target was that.
Probably 62.
It would definitely go 1865. The price will go
right here,
1865.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you're.
I didn't explain everything, but it was my pre-planned. Like I mean, I had really clear a goal that where the price will go. Yeah.
Okay, that's really nice. I think if I can give some feedback on this first entry where you took it on the break of this 15-minute low, I think if we look at the 1 hour structure, we see that the 1 hour was more in a bullish market and it had just created this high. And also looking at the 4 hour, the 4 hour closed bullish, and so taking a sell when the previous 4 hour closed bullish and the current one didn't break the low, there's a very high probability of a fake out happening, or for you to, for price to do some form of fake out. So I think the first entry. How did you manage risk on the first entry? Or I think was pretty difficult.
I actually the price was moving so fast that I couldn't manage my risk.
Yeah.
And I was like I stopped out, and I figured out why actually it didn't work out, because the 15-minute candles, you see it. I mean, I didn't draw the support properly. That was my first mistake. I figured out later. And then secondly, the 15 minutes candle did not close below the support. And I mean that was my biggest mistake. I realized it.
Yeah, I see. So you definitely learned from it.
It was, I learned it.
Yeah, that's really good.
And then I corrected it later on to the second two entries.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That was really
good.
Thank
you, man. Thank you so much. This is my first time I'm talking talking on YouTube.
On the stream. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a little. At first, it's something. Yeah, that was a.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think his mistake was actually the moment where he entered. If you checked on the 30-minute, he should have waited for the candle to break the 30-minute low.
Potentially that too, yeah.
Technically, it was coming out of that little zone, and price didn't even break the low. That should have been his entry.
Yeah, true.
So you entered too early, basically. But the price didn't even break the 30-minute low. It was very close, but next time just look for that. Focus on the 30-minute.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good advice, because I was looking for buys based off the hourly. So sells were a little early over there, but you should be very proud that you gave it a second chance. You had a lot of confidence to give it a second chance, and you probably secured, like here, let's say it was a 22 pip loss, but then you caught 40 pips on your second chance. So that's amazing.
Exactly, yeah. And then again 10 pips from the impulse.
And then again 10 pips, yeah. So that's awesome, yeah. So you did very good today. And this has become a learning opportunity, a very good learning opportunity for next time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Next time you'll know. You won't miss it.
Awesome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Okay,
yeah, happy to help.
Thank
you. To help. Oh, DJ closed weak bearish over here. If this candle potentially breaks the high over here, then that's going to form a support to, in a way, confirm this fake out. So that's going to add the probability in terms of testing this resistance coming from this support in the range. But again, what I'd be comfortable with, highly comfortable with, is buys above 0.230, 250, because we have clean traffic to the left.
Hi, Mr. P.
Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Okay?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good too.
Yeah, pretty good. You looking for anything special this New York session? Yeah, boys all tripping. This is free stuff on your end. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be here if you don't like it. But they're gonna get much better. Don't worry.
Sorry, did you ask me just now?
Oh yeah, no, just asking if you're looking anything special for this session.
No. I'm not trading.
You don't trade New York.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. You're just here to cheer us on. Awesome.
Yeah, just tune in to cheer you on. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so Lucas texting me. He's also Lucas saying the stream is pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the stream. Last time I streamed, basically we had a ghetto setup because I can log in. Luke's channel thought I was a hacker, so basically he was streaming it off his PC and I was sharing my screen here on Zoom. So he was streaming from his PC, my Zoom screen from here in Italy. So last time it was a little bit better, but I can control the audio and things like that. So and this time I'm like, well, maybe I should just do it from my OBS. But apparently that's the internet is not as good as I thought to handle it. So I mean, if it's this bad, we might just end the stream early. I don't know if you guys want to continue or end the streams early. I'll keep the Zoom chat going, but maybe the YouTube stream we might just call it a day for the YouTube guys. If I don't know. Taking gold if 15M breaks the high. Ooh, so you're probably taking it over here. So that was a pretty nice entry. I mean, we talked about potentially if price is ranging, you know, it should go from support to resistance. And on the higher time frames, you know, you might see barcodes. So you might just see one candle going bullish, the next one going bearish and bullish. Then, and on the lower time frames, that translates into minor trends. So if you can see like a break of a minor trend on the lower time frame, that's a pretty good indication that a support will be respected and we can head off back to the resistance, which is some 90 pips away, man. These ranges in gold are insane.
Master P,
Hey Dennis, how are you?
did you text the GJ sell? Did you manage to sell GJ just now when it has a big fall?
Oh yeah, I took a sell over here
Earlier.
on GJ. My entry was